できたかな。もしもーし。見える？はい。みんな、元気？大丈夫？はい。多分大丈夫。Should be fine by now. Can you see me? Can you hear me? 見えるかな？聞こえるかな？ちょっと待ってね。はい。よいしょ。Let me take a look at the chat. ちょっと待ってね。who is here? Fish? はい。こんにちは。こんばんはかな。Falcons, you're here. 元気？ゲームモードオン。ゲームモードオン。はい。チョコボ、はい、こんにちは。Who else is here? Meroy, you're here. はいはい。はい、こんにちは。Cunningston's, you're here. はいはいはい。Good to see you. Wigwam, you're here. Hi hi. And Karina, hello. Kezu. こんばんは for you, Karina. Okay. チョコボ大丈夫？はい、大丈夫ね。Wigwam, you can see me and hear me. That's good. Thank you. ありがとうね。はい。Aiki, you're here. はい、こんにちは。Fish, you take music classes? Fish? What kind of music? Did I go to Anime Expo? This year? I didn't go. Normally, like, I get like invited, when like an anime studio, goes there. I often just go with them. But this time they're not coming, and I almost forgot about it. So 行かなかった。はい。Yeah, I did go before. But like it is overwhelming to be there. Too many people. Experienced it like twice, and then I was like, okay, that's enough for now. もう行きたくない。しばらく行けない。Oh, electric guitar. Fish. Electric. Rock music. Or you have to play different styles like jazz. Let me see. Did I save the money for the trip? Normally, like, I get free passes. Otherwise, I wouldn't go. Stingy. Alright. So let me tidy up a little bit. And I'm gonna get started. Okay? ちょっと待っててね。I need to kind of do my things. Okay. よいしょ。あ、できた。大丈夫かな。You should be still able to hear me even though I can't because I muted my monitor. But it's just kind of annoying to keep hearing my voice. So I always kind of turn it off when I'm streaming. But you should be able to hear still. Anyway. Oh, Nyamuchi? You like Nyamuchi? Yeah, you see Nyamuchi today, in today's episode, if you don't know who Nyamuchi is, it's okay. I'll explain a little bit, but I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, Nyamuchi, a great drummer, amazing drummer. Anyway, so let me see. Today's vocab. Let's have a quick look and see what I have. Wow! How many pages? Like four pages? 4 pages? かな? But a lot of them are kind of repeated too, so I'm sure you're familiar with maybe like a half. If you've watched, most of my, stream archives, VODs, whatever you call, my lessons. So there's that. Okay, a lot of cool stuff here today as well. Okay, but it's not gonna be as difficult as the last time. It's gonna be pretty straightforward today. So where's the beginning? Okay, here we go. Too many pages to navigate. But I actually navigate this file. Let me see. I can skip around. Like if I want to go to certain grammar points, I can just click on it and it just goes there. So if I want to go to, let's see, masu stem plus zurai, it's like I can go like directly here. So I click on teこと, I can go there. I need to kind of scroll up because of how it's kind of placed, but from my end, I can actually go there really quickly. So if I want to go to te miru, it's right here. I need to still scroll up because of how it's placed here. But for me, if I click on a certain grammar point, I can go there. So anyway, it's actually structured that way. If you receive my membership files, I don't know if you've noticed, but I actually have like a table of contents. If you know how to open it, you can actually navigate yourself and you can like click on certain grammar points and you can skip to that specific point. So maybe you can do it, you can open in, of course, Adobe, and you should be able to display table of contents and it will show you. But anyway, so let's see. Here we go. Starting from here. はい、あらすじね、again, we're gonna just have a quick look at what the episode is about. Okay? One sec. Let me just turn this down a little bit. So I don't. Okay, we go. あらすじ。ラーナのギターの腕前にアノンは焦る。なんとかしようと考えたアイディアはアノンちゃん、doesn't look cheerful and happy here. What's going on? Let's see. ラーナのギターの腕前にアノンは焦る。ね、ラーナちゃん。We saw, Rana chan, well, here Rana chan just eating matcha parfait. She's eating matcha parfait here, but she was kind of showing off, her guitar playing, skills earlier. So, Anon chan felt like, oh my gosh, what shall I do? Right? ラーナの of course ラーナちゃんのギターの腕前にアノンは焦る、腕 of course 腕normally arm, literally means arms, but of course it means skills. We had this before. 腕前。If you just say 腕前, it doesn't mean arm anymore. like skill level, you know, how well you can do things. So ability. So, ラーナのギターの腕前。ギタースキルズ。に、アノンは焦る。焦る。焦る has a few different meanings. But here, like to kind of panic, or like in this case, she's going like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What shall I do? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know what to do. That's aseru in this case. Okay, but aseru can mean like to, you know, kind of to rush yourself as well. Let me see. Let me just scroll up a little bit. So here, to rush, to be impatient. Depending on the context, of course, it would change. And to panic, to be anxious. So in this case, it's more like, yeah, she's anxious, and also she's kind of panicking too. Instead of like, she's not really kind of rushing too much. It's more like she's kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, what shall I do? You know, Lana-chan, that girl is really good, and you know, I have no place to be. You know, she would take away my part. So she's like, oh, what shall I do? That's aseru. Okay, so she's more like anxious, and she's kind of panicking too. So something ni aseru. So that's why here ni is used, because it's a set. Okay, it's a set phrase. So ラーナのギターの腕前にアノンは焦る。ね、そう、アノンちゃんは she's kind of, you know, panicking. She feels like under pressure, like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know, like, you know, can I stay in the band, or like, am I gonna get kicked out, or like, they're not gonna even look at me. 焦る。You know, something に焦る。To panic or feel rushed. You know, feel anxious because of something に。So, ラーナちゃんのギターの腕前 because she's really good. You know, Anon-chan is basically a beginner. Oh. But you know, the thing about Anon-chan is that she's, you know, such a hardworking person, and she wants to change so much. So she tries really hard, and she changes a lot later. So, but it's actually good for her to, you know, experience difficulties, because that will change her. You know, having a hard time, or just panicking, like, oh, what shall I do? You know, like I'm gonna be, you know, invisible. Nobody's gonna look at me. You know, I want people to pay attention to me, but because of, you know, that, you know, amazing Lana-chan, you know, nobody's gonna look at me. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay? But without that kind of experience, she wasn't gonna change. So it's actually good that, you know, she experiences tough situations, because she will just improve herself. なんとかしようと考えたアイディアは、なんとかしよう、なんとかする、なんとかするね、to do something about it ね、you know, manage to do something. In this case, yeah, it's more like to do something about it. ね、なんとかしよう、する、しよう、volitional. ね、I should do something about it. Okay? と考えたアイディアは、of course, it's not written because it's gonna be in the episode. Okay? なんとかしようと考えたアイディアは、ね、so the idea that she thought about, you know, in order to, like, you know, change the situation, in order to do something about it. So, let's see. 読む。ね、はい、読みます。Yeah, it always asks me. ね、千早家、アノンの部屋。アノンちゃん's room is like this. Like, kind of attic type room. Chihaya. Chihaya is Chihaya Anon. Anon-chan's family name. So Chihaya family or Chihaya's house. Anon no buya. Anon's room.
やばいやばい。
Oh no. Yeah, so she's saying yabai. In this case, it's more like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and if you want to use crap, then like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. Yabai. See?
ラーナって子、性格は変わってるけど、ギターの腕はプロみたいじゃん。
Okay, so Anon-chan is, kind of struggling right now because she can't forget about Rana-chan. So she goes, ラーナって子、性格は変わってるけど、ギターの腕はプロみたいじゃん。ね、ラーナって子、of course, ko, in this case, it's more like a girl. The girl, whose name is Rana, or that Rana girl is also fine too. Of course, she's talking about Rana-chan. Rana-chan, so cute. Why is she saying, 性格は変わってる? Remember how Rana-chan spoke? Rana-chan didn't speak a lot. And she would just say kind of like random things. She would just say, matcha parfait. Or like, osoba. Or, bando yaru. Or something. She just like speaks in like short sentences or just words. Very eccentric. So that's why Anon-chan saying 変わってる 変わってる is kanji. Of course it's from, the same kanji as 変わる to change, but in this case it's more like something that's like unique, strange, eccentric. 性格は変わってるけど、ね、性格、like a personality, character, ね、変わってる、ね、変わっている。Of course, originally from 変わる to change. But in this case, it doesn't mean like something that's changing or changed. It just means something strange or odd, peculiar. In a good way, it's unique, but here it's more like she's a weirdo kind of thing in this case. 性格は変わってるけど、she's a bit odd. Her character, her personality is kind of odd, but ギターの腕はプロみたいじゃん。ね、ギターの腕 again 腕 again. We're talking about, of course, 腕前 or 腕、ね、skills. ギターの腕は、プロみたい。ね、プロ、ね、professional. プロみたいじゃん。She's like a professional. Yeah. So her, guitar playing skills are just like, like a professionals are, skills. She's such a pro. See.
それなのに G とか F とか言って恥ずかしすぎでしょ私。
It's okay. Yeah, she had to just go through that, just to change herself. So it's okay. It's okay to be embarrassed. So Anon-chan, それなのに G とか F とか言って恥ずかしすぎでしょ私。それなのに。Like, but is fine. So she was just talking about, how great, Rana-chan's, guitar skills are. Her performance was amazing. Everyone was blown away. And それなのに but you know G とか F とか言って so, previously she was just showing oh I can play this I can play the G chord and I can play the F chord and like hey look and everyone else apart from Tomori was like oh wow that's great because Tomori doesn't really know much about instruments but Soyo-chan and Taki-chan were like oh you can't even play a song. So, G とか F とかね、noun とか noun とか言ってね、I was saying something like, G and F. Because, she was showing off what she can play. And 恥ずかしすぎでしょ、私。Well, I think she needed it. She needed it, so it's okay. ね、恥ずかしい。恥ずかしいね。Here it's more like embarrassing. But you can actually use it for like when you feel embarrassed as well. So if you say 恥ずかしい, it could be, describing like, oh, something is embarrassing. Here she's talking about like the fact that she was just like showing something really basic, to the band. She finds that embarrassing. But of course herself is embarrassed too. Okay. Or sometimes we use 恥ずかしい for being ashamed, or sometimes being shy too, but here it doesn't apply. It's more like, oh, it's so embarrassing, that I was just showing super basic things like, G, and F and things like that, super basic, guitar chords and 恥ずかしすぎね、恥ずかしい、いい adjective 恥ずかしい so getting rid of E here and 恥ずかしすぎ、ね、すぎ from すぎるすぎる to exceed to go over so so to do something too much normally but of course it's combined with an E adjective so 恥ずかしい dropped E is dropped and すぎ、ね、so too embarrassing Okay. But if you use it with the verb 食べすぎ past tense plus すぎすぎる食べすぎる to eat something too much so すぎ is from すぎる to pass or to exceed okay恥ずかしすぎでしょ私ね I'm so embarrassing huh oh, well she needed it
っていうかあの子がバンドに入ったら私空気じゃん
Oh no, she realized it. Dear. Okay. So Anon-chan saying to herself, っていうか、あの子がバンドに入ったら私空気じゃん Oh. So she's really concerned about this because initially, she wanted people to look at her, She wanted to kind of be, at the center of attention, and she wanted to just be in the band and show off. But if this happens, if Rana-chan joins, this is gonna happen. So again, ていうか another one. ていうか happen again. Could be ていうかというかつうかていうか so many different variations and again I keep saying it but it is not the word which determines what it means but is the context so here if you were following what she was just saying she was like feeling embarrassed about her skills. She's still beginner. Rana-chan, on the other hand, Rana-chan's amazing. More like having a bocce-chan in your band, but like eccentric, cat. Type bocce-chan in the band. So, but here she's kind of thinking about it and like, hey, wait, you know, it's like, hang on a minute, like this means, so in this case, ていうか, I added one more, hang on a minute. So first one doesn't apply because it's not in the middle of a sentence and she's not rephrasing anything here. And you know, ていうか, by the way, doesn't apply here. Because it's like still continuation of what she was saying, and she's kind of like thinking what would happen, you know, as a consequence. So 3 is kind of close to it, but 4, I just newly added this. You can't find these things like in a dictionary, I guess, because it's all about, you know, knowing the right nuances. So here it's more like, you know, she's thinking about it, but she's trying to kind of figure it out and like, you know, coming to a realization. Hey, hang on a minute. This means that あの子がバンドに入ったら、of course あの子、she's talking about ラーナちゃん。あの子がバンドに入ったら、so if she joins the band, 私空気じゃん。空気, of course 空気 means air. It could mean atmosphere or vibe, but here it's, you know, she's talking about being like air, meaning like she's like invisible. Nobody cares. Okay, that's what she means. あの子がバンドに入ったら、私空気じゃん。So she's talking about like being invisible, you know, because, you know, other people will praise Rana-chan and pay attention to, you know, Rana-chan, and you know, other people might not even look at her. So that's why she's saying, 私空気じゃん. I'll be air, but it's more like I'll be invisible. I'll be, you know, invisible, or like nobody will look at me. Nobody can see me, you know.
どうしよう。
どうしよう。What shall I do?
今から練習してもすぐ上手くなるわけじゃないし。
True. Yeah, you would need some time for that. So, 今から練習してもすぐ上手くなるわけじゃないし。Well, that's true. I guess she's using Temo here. We had Temo pretty recently too. So, even if, so 今から練習してもね、今から like now, from now 練習するね、to practice 手も手本練習して手も so using even if, so 今から練習してもね、even if I, you know, practice from now, すぐ上手くなるわけじゃないし、that's true. So she's using わけじゃないわけじゃない okay, so something わけじゃない so it doesn't mean that blah blah blah, okay, so すぐ上手くなるわけじゃないすぐ immediately 上手くなるね of course うまい adjective in this case, うまいうまくく adverb plus なる to be, you know, to be better, to be good at something. うまくなる and using わけじゃない it doesn't mean that, you know, I can instantly, you know, improve myself, improve my skills. I know. You know, she can't be, you know, at you know, Rana-chan's level in a week, right? She's talking about that. It's okay. Anon-chan's unique. And well, she actually becomes a pretty good guitarist later. So, うまくなるわけじゃないし。So what is she thinking now? Let's see. お、
スマホに通知？ニャムチのメイク動画、新しいの配信されたんだ。
Here we go. So, She is a big fan of whom? Nyamuchi. Nyamuchi. Okay. Nyamuchi is an influencer. Okay. She makes makeup tutorials, tips and tricks. And she's kind of beauty influencer. Okay. Nyamuchi. But she's multi-talented actually, and she will join a certain band later. A very important person here. So she noticed something. スマホに通知? スマホ smartphone に通知? 通知 same as お知らせ in this case, but it's more like 通知 notification. You see, on your phone, unless you turn them off, you get notifications like, oh, someone replied to your post or something, or you just got a message, or if you're following a certain channel, like my channel, you might get a tsuchi, or some people say they don't, even though they turn the notifications on. Certain people don't get notifications. I don't know. I don't control that. Okay. Anyway, so tsuchi. A similar word is oshirase. But for smartphone, tsuchi is a better word. Okay, so the verb version is 通知する 通知する so to let somebody know, so to notify. Okay, スマホに通知 of course スマホに通知が来てる I got a notification on my phone. So of course the notification is sent to the phone. That's why we've got ni. Okay. It's more like directional. スマホに通知? ニャムチのメイク動画新しいの配信されたんだ。ニャムチ you'll see her right after this line. メイク動画 make like makeup, cosmetics. メイク動画 動画 we had 動画 many times, so 動画 videos in this case it's just a new video, new upload here. ニャムチのメイク動画新しいの配信されたんだ。 Okay? 新しい new, and this no is a replacement of メイク動画 or just simply 動画 in this case. Okay? So 新しいの means 新しい動画 or 新しいメイク動画. So instead of repeating this メイク動画 or 動画 she just says 新しいの. Okay? 新しいの配信されたんだ。配信する。配信 right now this is 配信 okay stream okay 配信 okay stream normally talks about live streaming okay in my case 配信 and 生配信 means live stream so this is 生配信 right now and 配信するね配信するobviously to stream normally like live stream, but also it could mean like to release something normally like digitally, like digitally releasing or posting something. That also means like 配信する too. Okay, because like for like games and things they also say 配信する not like gaming streams, but like a new version was released, new versions out, they use 配信 or 配信中 for that too. So it's not just for like a streamer streaming like this, so be careful. So 配信する配信される passive するされる so passive in a form, so to be released, and 配信された just conjugating this to the past, so it was released. Okay? It just came out. It just got released. 新しい動画、video 配信されたんだ。Or she just released it. Or it was just released. I know it's strange to use passive. But of course, literally just means, something was released. But of course, Nyamuchi is the one who posted it. Okay?
はあ、今日はもう無理。ニャムチの動画見て一旦忘れよう。
Oh, she's clicking on things. That's why you heard. So she's on the computer and she goes, はあ、今日はもう無理。ニャムチの動画見て一旦忘れよう。I feel this way. Every day. はあ、今日はもう無理。無理 Of course, on its own just means like impossible, but it could mean something that's excessive. Or something, unreasonable as well. Again, depends on the context, okay? But in this case, she's saying, はあ、今日はもう無理。What did she do today earlier? She was, with Tomori and, Taki-chan and Soyo-chan, trying to have a band practice. She wanted to show off her not new, but her current skills. And then, Rana-chan came in and like it got kind of messed up. She's been thinking about it. She's like emotionally drained and tired. She can't deal with it anymore. That's why she says, 今日はもう無理. I can't deal with it anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's too much for me today. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay? 今日はもう無理. It's too much today. But it's more like, I can't do this anymore. I can't deal with it. Okay, I had enough today. 今日はもう無理. She doesn't want to do anything. Okay? Today, she just want to chill out. ニャムチの動画見て一旦忘れよう. Because she's a big fan of Nyamuchi. Okay? Nyamuchi will appear hopefully right after this. 動画見てね、video, of course, 動画を見てね、from 見る here. This 見る. Okay? We had this before, ね, to watch. But of course, you're paying attention to that, to watch something, observe something, but mostly used for shows, programs, performance, films, of course, concerts, sport. You go and see Otani Shohei. Otani-san. Oh, I want to see him. Oh my gosh. He's a national hero. He's in LA. Hopefully near me. I don't know. I haven't met him. Anyway. So if you go to see, Otani-san's, Otani Shohei's, Shohei Otani's, baseball game. Yeah, that's miru. Think about that. But it can be used for, videos too. So, ニャムチの動画見て. But in this case, using this simple, miru is also fine too. Who cares? 一旦忘れよう. 一旦. It can mean once, but in this case, like, for now. Okay? Like, So, 一旦忘れよう。忘れる、忘れよう。Volitional. She's saying 忘れよう instead of 忘れよう。Okay? So, let's forget about it. For now. She just wants to chill out. Oh. Okay. ちょっと待ってね。Let me just have a sip. めっちゃ喉乾いた。よいしょよいしょよいしょ。お茶。美味しい。大谷さん。大谷翔平さん。Oh my gosh. He's a star. pretty much every Japanese person is proud of, Otani Shohei, 選手, Shohei Otani. He's incredible. He's just so like beyond, our imagination and skills, and just like he's just too good. I wish I could meet him. And his wife is beautiful. I would love to hang out. So let's go.
こんばんにゃむにゃむ今日もにゃむっとおすすめメイク紹介しちゃうね
Here she is. So this is Nyamu. So she's going こんばんにゃむにゃむ This is how she just introduces herself. Okay, of course she wants to say こんばんは but she just says こんばんにゃむにゃむ Well, her name is Nyamu. But she also, calls herself as, Nyamuchi as well, for her channel. But her full name is Yutenji Nyamu. Okay, and this is how she starts her video. こんばんにゃむにゃむ Oh, so cute. かわいいね。今日もにゃむっとおすすめメイクごめん。今日もにゃむっとおすすめメイク紹介しちゃうね。Oh, okay. As an influencer, she kind of focuses on おすすめメイク。Okay? Like, cosmetics, makeup. So let's see. おすすめ。Okay? にゃむっと。おすすめメイク紹介しちゃうね。ね、おすすめ recommendation. おすすめメイク。You could have no, but she dropped it. It's fine. おすすめのメイク。おすすめメイク。Useful, like for, other things too. If you want to say おすすめの映画、おすすめ映画。おすすめの、バンドおすすめバンド That's possible too. Okay. So here she's saying おすすめ She dropped, it's totally fine if it works. Okay, it's not for every single combination, but in this case, for her video, おすすめメイク sounds actually better instead of saying おすすめのメイク. You see, if you're trying to say おすすめのメイク it's just like too much to say in a video. So she just says おすすめメイク that's totally fine. Okay, おすすめメイク紹介しちゃうね。そう紹介する。The full pattern is, A に B を紹介する。Normally, like somebody に something を紹介する。Okay? To introduce something to somebody. Of course, 今日もにゃむっとみんなに It's not written, but it's obvious, isn't it? So みんなに、おすすめメイクね、おすすめメイクを is dropped here. おすすめメイク、ね、おすすめメイクを She's not saying it, it's fine. 紹介しちゃうね。I'll do that for you. 紹介するね is fine too, but 紹介しちゃうね。Just makes it a little bit stronger here. Okay? Let's see. にゃむっと It's just it's her own term, okay? In Nyamu's way, okay? にゃむっと
みんな自分がなりたい姿ってあるよね
So Nyamu says みんな自分がなりたい姿ってあるよね。Do you have this? 自分がなりたい姿。Interesting, isn't it? So, of course, 姿。姿。Without any context, it could mean figure, or form, or appearance. But in this case, if you think about it, 自分が like myself が or in this case yourself がなりたい wanna be wanna be 姿 so like how you wanna be how you want to be 自分がなりたい姿 so let's say like maybe I don't know I'm not very ambitious when it comes to appearance or anything of course a lot of people want to stay they don't want to look messy right they want to kind of look well maintained I guess not like doesn't have to be high maintenance but like kind of sometimes you want to be cool you want to look beautiful you want to look cute 自分がなりたい姿 okay that's what it is okay sometimes like oh I want to be let me see I can't think of examples but like I want to be a bit taller I want to let's see I want to lose weight or I want to be good at makeup or something I want to be like Nyamu I want to be an influencer so like like how you want to be so if you're happy with who you are it's totally fine and I think that's a beautiful thing too so either way okay if you want to change that's wonderful if you want to stay who you are as you are that's also wonderful too so you don't really have to have 自分がなりたい姿 okay for me whatever you want to do and if it's the best thing for you I think it's a wonderful thing so you don't always have to change and like if it's not really yourself of course don't do it okay but in this case Nyamu is saying 自分がなりたい姿ってあるよねso みんな like everyone so you guys have like姿姿 is like appearance or form but like everyone knows like how you want to be or if you have something that or like how you want to be right so everyone has that kind of ambition right Anonちゃん
でも時間と手間はかけたくないそんな時こそ簡単にできちゃうバッチリメイク
okay. So, でも時間と手間はかけたくないそんな時こそ簡単にできちゃうバッチリメイクね、でも but 時間と手間はかけたくないね、手間ね、時間、タイムと手間、手間、ね、time or time and effort okay? So, two things、手間がかかる If you say 手間がかかるit just means it takes time and effort to do certain things so if you wanna let's see if you wanna be if you want to look good and if you want to spend some time working on that with maybe some makeup or like cosmetics and things like that yeah it takes time but 手間がかかるyeah and think about like maybe cooking I cook a lot so 手間がかかる certain recipes require more 手間sometimes I need to soak certain things or like I have to leave certain let's say like pickles and things like that in the fridge overnight and that's 手間 okay 手間がかかるね so it takes time and effort to do certain thing or 手間をかけるbut you see かかる versus かける so you can kind of guess oh okay かかるあるかける得るokay I got it intransitive for this one and of course transitive okay 手間をかける that's what she's using ね手間はかけたくない、ね、時間と手間はかけたくない手間はかけたくない from 手間をかけるoriginally 手間をかける Okay? This is for you, you to take time and effort to do something. Okay? 手間をかける。時間と手間。時間 but both have like 漢字 isn't it? 時間と手間をかけたくない。Instead of using 時間と手間を she's using 時間と手間はかけたくない。It's mostly because it's a negative sentence. Okay? 時間と手間はかけたくない。And also, yeah, not only just that this is a negative sentence, but also, it's using well instead of all here, in this sentence, also kind of puts more emphasis on, time and effort too. Okay? 時間と手間かけたくない。ね。You don't want to you don't want to spend too much time and effort for that. Huh? そんな時こそ、ね、そんな時、ね、time like that こそ with emphasis. Okay? So, it's more like, ね。So that's exactly when you need this. 簡単にできちゃう。ごめん、簡単にできちゃう。バッチリメイク。簡単にできちゃう。バッチリメイク。ね、簡単に from 簡単、ね、an adjective but turned into an adverb。ね、簡単にできる。ね、to be able to do something、to be able to do something easily。簡単にできちゃう、できる、できちゃう、just with more emphasis。ね、バッチリメイク。ね、バッチリメイク、バッチリ、perfect。ね、メイク、メイクアップ。簡単にできちゃう、バッチリメイク。So she's going to show バッチリメイク、like perfect, makeup, like a makeup technique, which, you can do or the audience can do easily. Okay? Because people don't want to spend much time and effort to do this, but she's going to show like an easy way to do it. Okay? Just to save time.
これなら忙しい朝も大丈夫。時短で楽してワンランクアップしよう。
This is so Nyamu. And Nyamu, the thing about Nyamu is like she's very realistic too. So I'm not surprised that she's making, content like this to, save everyone else's time because she wants to be more practical and realistic. This is really Nyamu. I see that. So she says, これなら忙しい朝も大丈夫。時短で楽して、ワンランクアップしよう。Okay. これなら、so if it's this, she's talking about that kind of, shortcut, like a kind of quick makeup technique. これなら、忙しい朝も大丈夫。ね、忙しい busy 朝 morning も大丈夫ね。it will be okay. It will be totally fine. If you apply this perfect makeup technique, you'll be totally fine. Okay? 時短で楽してワンランクアップしよう。時短。時間短縮。時間 time 短縮する is to shorten something. Okay? Make something shorter. So 時短。So it's from 時間短縮 but now it's shortened. Time saving. Okay? 時短で、ね、since 時短 is a noun, so 時短で、ね、noun で and、楽して時短で楽してワンランクアップしよう楽する。ね、楽。Of course. I already kind of talked about this in the previous stream, with, Room Factory. having more villagers in the game that will, make things a little bit easier because, I don't have to spend much effort, like, doing everything manually. So that would, make things easier for me. But like if you look up in the dictionary, raku will say easy. Kantan says easy. And which one's which? Is it the same? It's not. Okay? But raku. Easy, but it takes less effort. It's kind of, like this, So she's going to show you like a shortcut. Okay? And instead of spending too much time and effort, to, make everything perfect. So, 時短で楽してね、楽する。In this case, it's more like, to take a shortcut or like to cheat, to work less. To basically to choose something that's, that's not too much to do. So, 楽する. Okay? 楽する、楽して手 form and one rank up, one rank up to go up a rank. Okay, しよう from しよう volitional form. Let's do that. Let's level up by just like making it easy. Like cheat it. I mean, I don't mean cheat as to cheat somebody. Okay, here it's more like kind of taking a shortcut. Okay, so 時短でね楽して it's time saving. Yeah, it's like, you can take a shortcut and, but still at the same time you can level up. One rank up しよう。Let's do that.
時短で楽して。
She's inspired. 時短で楽して。So, she's just repeating what Nyamu said in her video. And that kind of inspired her. Okay? 時短で楽して time saving and and make it easy, take a shortcut and
これかも
her smile is back now. これかも like this might be it. Yeah. They're at school now. 羽岡女子学園羽岡女子学園1の A 教室ね、そう羽岡、This is Anonちゃん and Tomori and Saki-chan's school. 羽岡女子学園1の A 教室 Okay?
ともりちゃん新曲作らない
Oh, ready. So Anonちゃん obviously talking to Tomori. Suggesting something. ともりちゃん新曲作らない Nice. 新曲 of course 新しい曲ですね。新しい曲新曲 A new song 作る to make of course 作る作らない Of course, it doesn't mean it's negative. Okay? 新曲 or it's not written, of course. It's dropped. 新曲作らない Like, why don't we do this? Why don't we make a new song? Like, shall we just make a new song? So she's just like, trying to suggest, hey, why don't we do that? Well, Tomori's a bit surprised.
やっぱり新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要かなって。
Now she has that look back, okay? She looks more confident. Because she kind of, figured out what to do, I guess. So, Anonちゃん saying, やっぱり新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要かなって。something が必要ね。something is needed, something is necessary. But in this case, it's more like, okay, a new band like needs new songs, of course. Let me see. So, 新しいバンドには 新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要ね。something が必要ね。something is needed, something necessary. And 新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要。So if I look at this, has like some layers of grammar points here. So let's see. 新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要。So as you can see, it has something が必要。Okay, that's easy. But it doesn't end here. 新しいバンドにはThis is using A は B が adjective structure, which I expanded in the last MyGo stream. Normally it talks about like attributes. Remember? Like ぼっちちゃんは、ギターが上手 or let me think about like ともりはTomori は話すことが苦手 something like that. We had that. Normally talks about somebody's like attributes. But well, this can be extended to, something が必要. A little patterns that requires like が is also included too. So basically, so it's using A は B が plus adjective. はがWaga structure, which I was talking about before. So that's that. So that's why 新しいバンド just forget about this は新しい曲が必要。So if you even remove, okay, 新しいバンドごめんdid it too much 新しいバンドは新しい曲が必要 is totally fine, but新しいバンドには so she's using 新しいバンドには新しい曲が必要。So this にusing somebody に okay, for or to somebody, which we covered in the last MyGo session too. Let me see. ね So many things that we did last time. So yeah. Somebody にとって Okay, we go. The same に So somebody にor for or to somebody. Same as somebody にとってうちらにとってライブは早くない？うちらにライブは早くない？ That was like what Anon-chan said in the last MyGo stream. Okay, so this somebody に is for to somebody. Okay, so So that's why に is used here. Okay, so this is like when I analyze it, it's the combination of A は B が adjective, so はが or わが structure, which is very important, and plus using somebody に like for us, like for a new band. So it's just sometimes it can be combined like this. Okay, so for a new band, new songs are necessary, meaning like a new band, like us, like need new songs. That's what she actually wants to say. 必要かなってかな She's just making it a little bit less definitive. Like, I guess we need some new songs. ってかなって思うんだけど It's not written here. I think that we, for a new band, of course, like us, new songs are necessary. Well, new songs might be necessary. Let me see.
新曲
So she's just saying 新曲 like new song or new songs.
ともりちゃん前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよね。
So Anon-chan, referring to Cry Chic, and says, Tomori-chan, 前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよね。曲作り。曲、songs, song. 曲作り、作り is from 作る isn't it? 作る、作り is the master stem which can be a noun in this case and then it's combined 曲作り、ね、and the 連絡、happens and then this is now voiced so 曲作り、ね、songwriting okay? 曲作り and it has something に参加する something に参加する to join something or to participate in something or to take part in something okay? So 曲作りに参加する but 参加してたしていた just talking about the past more like a past like a habit in this case so you took part in songwriting right ね参加してたんだよね so you were making songs right where 前のバンド okay in the previous band talking about Cry Chic let me see here interesting thing it's not that interesting but 前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよね So we're fine with 曲作りに参加してたんだよね参加してた right but 前のバンドでは what's that? If I get rid of this I'm gonna cover this 前のバンドで曲作りに参加してたんだよね Still actually makes sense okay? 前のバンドで曲作りに参加してたんだよね So if I remove it Still makes sense okay? That gives a little hint and this is just actually a filler okay? So I call this natural filler okay? Just to make it sound more natural and of course more like native like okay? So it doesn't sound too like stiff So if I say 前のバンドで曲作りに参加してたんだよね It's just like doesn't really give any extra space not much room to breathe but 前のバンドでは like it kind of you know let you breathe okay so I call this natural filler okay it doesn't really mean anything still makes sense without so that's why I say filler 前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよねSo this there, of course, in at the location, there, and the verb is 参加する is the dictionary form. So that's why it's there, not ni. Okay. 前のバンドでは So the tip for reading out a sentence like this, you don't put emphasis on this too much, okay? So 前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよね like this. Okay, it's very subtle. But if you're just reading, well, not reading, if you're like, of course, unscripted, or if you don't have like a script, and if you're just like spontaneously speaking, that changes everything. Okay, so if I'm not scripted, and if I'm just like naturally talking to Tomori, as I think, then 前のバンドでは this is totally fine. 前のバンドでは曲作りに参加してたんだよね If I'm just talking naturally, that's totally acceptable. Because like this is like the same in English too. You know, a lot of people say like blah 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 and you know, it's like the same way. Normally and is not that, you know, stressed if you have like a full sentence. And you know, but if you're still thinking, you know, you need the kind of filler, so then you kind of put too much emphasis on it, even though you don't want to. Anyway, so
それでお願いがあるんだけど、ギター最初はちょっと簡単なのがいいなって。
This is actually pretty amazing. She's actually, you know, taking an action immediately after watching, Nyamuchi's video to make it more manageable, which is actually incredible. Many people actually hesitate and then do nothing about it and accept, the fate. But she doesn't want to just do nothing. So she wants to change it. So それでお願いがあるんだけど、ギター最初はちょっと簡単なのがいいなって。それでね、Why is she saying それで? Well, it's just because she was asking if Tomori, and she was kind of confirming the fact that Tomori was, participating in or taking part in songwriting, and Tomori's like, like she didn't really give her, a proper answer. Well, she is a lyricist actually, not like writing melody. それで like then お願いがあるんだけど she's gonna ask something. ね、お願い、ね、request or in this case it's more like a favor. I've got a favor to ask. I wonder what that is. But guitar, the guitar, of course, talking about like the guitar part, because Anon-chan thought Tomori will be in charge of the composition, like the arrangement and melody and who is playing what, what parts will be played, like writing the score basically. So but of course Tomori doesn't do that. Tomori writes lyrics. So but Anon-chan didn't know that, so she was asking like, hey, I've got a favor to ask, but the guitar for the guitar part or for my guitar part 最初はちょっと簡単なのがいいなって She wants to make it easier for her. Well, it's actually a great approach, and she's actually being really humble about this. This is a great thing. So 最初はね、like in the beginning, well, it's still like an early stage, of the band. So 最初はちょっと簡単なのがいいなって。Oh, my AC turned on, so it might be a little bit loud, but it's really hot here, so I have to turn it on. ね、ちょっと a bit 簡単。ね、簡単。This one easy, but talking about difficulty being easy, not, it's not 楽。But this is 簡単。Okay, talking about, being easy, and then not difficult. 簡単なの、簡単なの、簡単な。This no is replacing this. Okay? This happened again. So 簡単なギター。Of course, talking about the guitar part for her. 簡単なの、簡単なギターパートね、ギターがいいな。いいなって、いいなって思うんだけど、It's not written. So I think or I hope that I'll get an easier or easy guitar part in the beginning, that so that it will give her more time to practice, and then she'll be able to perform a show with the band. So she's just suggesting like, hey, can you make the guitar part a bit easier?
ほら、新曲の他にもいろいろ準備あるでしょ。サクッといい感じの曲作ってもらえるとありがたいんだけど。
サクッと。ほら、like hey、新曲の他にもいろいろ準備あるでしょ。サクッといい感じの曲作ってもらえるとありがたいんだけど。She talks a lot. She has to say it. She has to express herself, okay? So, I love it. She's just so vocal about how she feels. She doesn't hesitate. ね、新曲の他にもいろいろ準備あるでしょ？ね、新曲の他にもね、他に if it's just 他に you know means like additionally or besides but in this case something の他に is used. Okay, so something の他に other than this or these things. So 新曲の他にもね other than you know a new song or writing a new song 他にもalso いろいろ準備あるでしょね、いろいろ準備あるでしょね、of course 準備が is dropped いろいろ準備があるでしょね、準備 of course you know we compared 準備 and 用意 before in the previous MyGo streamね、準備 preparation and 準備する is a verb but in this case 準備 as a noun 準備があるでしょ so you have you know many different things to prepare ね、other than you know writing a new song right サクッとサクッといい感じの曲作ってもらえるとありがたいんだけどI will be grateful I will be thankful that if you can do this okay so サクッといい感じの曲サクッとねサクッとね something that's done quickly ね you know, like easilyサクッといい感じの曲ね曲 song so like a quick song ね with a good vibe ね quick like easy song with a good vibe of course she's talking about okay nothing complicated okay don't give me any difficult guitar parts to play no guitar solos for me いい感じの曲 she's talking about like an easy song to play but you know of course you know something that's cool サクッといい感じの曲を is dropped 作ってもらう作ってもらえるとありがたいね作る to make てもらう gifting verb why is she saying this because she thought Tomori is the one you know who's you know making songs and 作ってもらえると if you can do that for me もらうもらえる potential if you can do that do what make what kind of songs サクッといい感じの曲okay. So if you can do that I'll be so grateful but だけど can you do that for me ねできる
アノンちゃんごめん私作詞しか
So Tomori struggling to communicate here and says アノンちゃんごめんI'm sorry 私作詞しか私 like I 作詞しかしないを作詞しかできない It's not written and it's not complete because you know she's not really good at talking okay 作詞しか but still we can guess what she's going to say so 作詞しかできないしかないwe had しかない before 作詞しかできないね I can only do this ね作詞ね詩を作るね歌詞を作るSo lyric writing I can only write lyricsね we had しかない before in the previous stream しか plus negative しか plus negative so しか作詞しかしないをできない in this case even though she's not saying the whole sentence yeah so before we had その曲talking about 春日陰 一回しか聞いたことがない。ね。I've heard the song only once. Only. Strong only. Okay? But even though it accompanies the negative form, it actually doesn't mean negative. It just means only with emphasis. Okay? So, okay. So now, Anon-chan finds out that Tomori isn't the right person to talk to about this. Oh.
あ、そっか。ごめん、先走っちゃった。
Okay, so, そっか。Like, oh, I see. ごめん、先走っちゃった。はは。Oops. 先走る。As you can see here, 先 like ahead and 走る so you run ahead so you're getting ahead of yourself. Okay, you're just hurrying, you're rushing yourself. 先走る okay? 先走っちゃったはは So I was getting ahead of myself. Oh well, oops kind of thing here. In this case, 先走っちゃった、先走ってしまった This nuance is more like, oops, I did this. Okay?
時短で楽してワンランクアップ作戦失敗。
Oh dear. But she tried. She tried it. So I kind of want to, say well done to, Anon-chan for trying it. She tried it even though it wasn't the right thing to do. She should talk to Ricky. Talk to Taki-chan about it though. 時短で楽してワンランクアップ作戦。ワンランクアップ作戦失敗。作戦。作戦 strategy. Or in this case, it's more like, plan. Because, plan. Why she, had a strategy or plan? Well, because she wants to manage the situation. She wants to make it more manageable. She wants to stay in the band. But right now, she might not do well. Okay, if nothing changes, right? So she had a plan in her head after watching Nyamuchi's video. So, ワンランクアップ作戦失敗失敗 failure. Of course, the verb is 失敗する okay, 失敗する to fail. Something gets messed up. So she's basically saying, the plan, which is 時短で楽してワンランクアップ作戦She named this strategy as this because that's what Nyamu was saying. So she wanted to make it easier, like save time, kind of take a shortcut, make it easy for her. Doesn't take much, preparation. Doesn't take, much effort. And then she wanted to kind of, level up. But it didn't go well. 失敗 failed. But Tomori is actually thinking about something else here. That's why she looks sad.
どうかした？なんだか元気ないけど。
So, Anon-chan noticed something was happening to Tomori because Tomori doesn't look happy here. Okay? They were just making a conversation. She was just kind of bringing up, oh, like, you okay? Can you make, nice and easy song? And then my guitar part should be super easy, okay? Just like a normal, thing to talk about in the band. But look at Tomori. Tomori's expression says she's actually not feeling right. Okay? So Anon-chan noticed that and says, どうかした? what's going on? Like, what's up? なんだか元気ないけど、なんだか、somehow? 元気ないけど、like, you don't look happy. You look kind of, concerned. 元気ないけど、let's see what Tomori is struggling. Oh, she can't say. So she sounds like she's struggling.
言いづらいこと？
So Anon-chan Anon-chan actually can tell what Tomori's thinking, which is incredible. She's a mind reader in a way. And she says, 言いづらいこと？辛い。So she's using マスステン plus づらい。Okay? マスステン plus づらい。It's hard to do, but involving emotionally or mentally. So mentally, something hard to do, you don't feel good about it, So if you say 言いづらい, so must stem, so 言いづらい. Something is hard to say, but it's like mentally or emotionally hard. Okay? So that's a major difference between master stem plus nikui. Similar but different. This one doesn't really involve, anything emotional or mental. It doesn't really talk about that. Okay? But if it's kind of, like, you're like, if you don't really feel good about something, if you're like struggling with something, and if you find it hard to do, it's more like master stem plus づらい、言いづらい、話しづらい, so on and so forth. But master stem plus にくい, I would say not easy to do instead of saying hard to do, because the nuance is actually a little bit different. Okay, so master stem plus にくい, not easy to do, but talking about feature or attribute. So if you say 読みにくい、この本は読みにくい、この本は読みにくい, maybe it has a really small font or something, and this book is not easy to read, and you're talking about like the feature of the book. Okay, but I wouldn't say it's hard to read, because you can still read it, but you just like find it like a little bit tricky. So there's a distinction. Okay, and also this doesn't involve anything emotional or mental. Okay, just talking about difficulty. So if you say 言いにくいこと, something hard to say but doesn't really involve any of these. Okay, so that's why she says 言いづらいこと instead of 言いにくいこと. Okay, because look at Tomori's facial expression. It's telling Anon-chan that she wants to kind of keep it hidden. She's suffering. Okay, so that's why the choice here is 言いづらい. 言いづらいこと something hard to say. Does it like emotionally make it hard to do? Okay. 言いづらいこと something hard to say. Oh, she can't say it.
本当はライブしたくなくて。
So everyone else was kind of getting excited about playing the first show, and then kind of trying to get ready for that. Maybe not Anon-chan. Anon-chan was trying to cheat a little bit, but Tomori doesn't want to play, doesn't want to perform. So 本当はライブ したくなくて。ね、本当は、So, she's telling, her honest feeling. 本当はライブをしたくない。ね、ライブをしたくない。したい。Must stem plus したい。wanna do, but したくない。I don't wanna play the show. I don't wanna have a show. I don't wanna perform in the show. したくない。したくなくて just a T form after that to continue. したくなくて and she doesn't say the rest.
なんでっていうか。
So, ちょっと待ってね。So, Tomori stopped here. So, 本当はライブ She's struggling. You can see this. したくなくて if you don't struggle with speaking and communication 本当はライブしたくなくてyou just continue. But she goes 本当はライブ She's struggling here したくなくてね and then what's hidden here is like I don't know what to do どうしていいかわからない何をしていいかわからない So you kind of have to guess what she actually wanted to say So for a character or person like Tomori she's not as vocal as Anon-chan. Anon-chan goes like blah 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 and then Taki-chan too. They say whatever they want to say. Beautiful. But Tomori is a quieter character. She doesn't say a lot. So you kind of have to feel why she's taking her time to say something and why she doesn't complete sentences. Rana-chan doesn't really complete sentences either. Those two, they don't really talk. They're not very talkative. Okay? So, and of course, Anon-chan's surprised. Like, what? What are you saying? なんでっていうかso なんで why? っていうか again another っていうか another っていうかdepends on what she wanna say after so ちょっと待って
それ本当
Oh she's actually happy about that っていうか so this っていうか let's see So we had ていうか many times ていうかつうかていうかwhere did it go? ねえSo this ていうか she just used So right after this line and Tomori says she doesn't want to play she doesn't want to play the first show and this shows that she's struggling to even express herself and Anon-chan なんでっていうか and then she says それ本当 and then she looked really happy about that so and then yeah she said っていうか again it's not the word which determines what it means but I had to see how it was used in the context so here like それ本当 like really she just like of course she got surprised so it's more like wait what like what did you say could be 3 and 4 too hang on a minute like that means so in this case number 3 and 4 actually both of them kind of work なんで she was surprised っていうか and then she's like she feels actually happy because she can buy more time. You know, she doesn't have to embarrass herself for a while. So, like, is that right? Is that true? You know, それ本当? So this earlier, ていうか, it's not by the way. It's not this. She's not rephrasing anything. So, number one doesn't work. But it's more like, hey, what did you just say? So, number three works. And also like, hang on a minute. This means... So number 3 and 4 works better. はい、ちょっと待ってね。She looks delighted. めっちゃ嬉しそう。Oh dear. What a character. Okay. Okay. Ring, ね、カフェテリア、ね、カフェテリア。
そんな。
Oh, of course, Taki-chan didn't want to know that. And Soyo-chan surprised too, because they were like, hey, you know, let's practice. And for the first show, we're playing alongside Poppin' Party, Poppin' Party-san, and Afterglow, two amazing bands. So they were just kind of preparing themselves, for the show. But like, Anon-chan basically told them what Tomori just said to Anon-chan. And Taki-chan's like, Sonna? Like, what? Expressing like, I can't believe it. Like, what did you just say? Like, aww.
Tomori-chan, ライブしたくないってどうして?
So Soyo-chan's kind of like asking for confirmation and a reason. Tomori-chan, ライブしたくないってどうして? So why is that? Why do you say ライブしたくない? Like, why do you say that? Yeah. Aww. She's still hesitating to say it.
ほら、うちらバンド名もないし、衣装だってないじゃん。このままライブするのはどうかなってともりちゃんも言ってて。
Yep, she's a spokesperson for Tomori. So, why is she doing this? Why is she saying this? Because she wasn't ready. She is not ready to perform. She wants more time. She doesn't want to embarrass herself on stage, She doesn't want to get humiliated. So she's saying like, she just wants to buy more time. And she just makes up some she just lists some excuses. So let's see. ほら、うちらバンド名もないし、衣装だってないじゃん。Well, it's true. It is true. このままライブするのはどうかなって、ともりちゃんも言ってて。She just wants to list the excuses of not playing. Yeah, she wants to manipulate everything. Oh dear. Let me just have a sip. ちょっと待って、お茶が欲しい。ちょっと待ってね。はい。ちょっと待って。お茶が美味しくて。ちょっと待って。コップ見えないね。You can't see the cup. はい。美味しい。お茶が大好き。なんだっけ何やってたそう、アノンちゃん、like, kind of, like, trying to convince everyone else. Like, hey, Tomori-chan saying this, and, blah, blah, blah. So, like, we are not ready at all. So, let's see. うちらバンド名もないし、うちら、私たち、うちら、私たちは、バンド名、バンドネームもないし、we don't ね、have a band name yet バンド名もないし、バンド名 also ね、バンド名もないし we also don't have a band name. And why is she saying more? Because she's going to list some other things too, you know. 衣装だってないじゃん。So here it is. So 衣装だってないじゃん。衣装。ね、衣装 like outfit. I think I had 衣装. Oh yeah, here we go. 衣装。ね、outfit. Costume. But in this case, you know, she's kind of referring to the matching outfits on stage. Not just costumes, but it's more like she wants the band to wear something similar, you know, has a like kind of united like a theme. So let's see. So, 衣装だってないじゃん。So here again, we have noun だって。We had this before. Noun だって。Also 衣装だって。そう。衣装だってないじゃん。衣装もないじゃん。We don't. We don't have. She's referring to matching outfits. Okay. We also don't have these things, right? ないじゃん with more emphasis. So she just wants to say that we are not ready. We need more time to decide these things. We need more time to make outfits and things like that. And she says, このままライブするのはどうかなって。And she wants to use Tomori here. Tomori ちゃんも言ってて like, you know, she wants to put emphasis on the fact that it's not just me. She is also saying, saying that we shouldn't play, or she doesn't want to play. Okay, she wants to use Tomori because, you know, everyone else looks up to Tomori. And you know, if Tomori says, everyone does it. So if Tomori says no, it's a no. Okay. So she wants to use Tomori, you know, to manipulate everyone. Oh dear. So, and she says, このままライブするのはどうかなって。So. Has a kind of hidden thing, a hidden nuance here. So let's say このまま as it is ライブするね、このままライブする So, you know, to have a show, to perform a show as we are, you know, even though we're not ready することはどうかなNormally どうかな means like I wonder how it is. How does it look? How is it? どうかな I wonder how it is. But in this case, the nuance is actually a bit different. She's doubting it. Okay? このままライブするのはどうかな as like it is questionable to play a show like this. Oh dear. Okay. このままライブするのは、どうかな Like, how would it be? どうかな Like, she's thinking that, I don't think it's gonna go well. うまくいかないと思うんだけど。ね。どうかなって。And it's her own opinion though, but she wants to use Tomori too. Okay? She wants to include Tomori here, even though I don't think Tomori agreed. I mean, Tomori said these things. I think this is, you know, only, this is, you know, Anon-chan's, you know, opinions. But, このままライブするのはどうかな But in Tomori's words, it's like she doesn't want to play. You know, but she's just kind of including it. Tomori-chan also said like these things too, which is, I don't think it's true. Tomori just said she doesn't want to play, you know, for a reason. But she wants to convince everyone that, you know, maybe we should just like, you know, take our time and get ready for these things and then play later. ね、このままライブするのはどうかなって。ね、so she's saying like it is, you know, kind of questionable. So she's questioning if performing, you know, a show like this, you know, with these conditions is a good idea or not. She's doubting it. Basically saying, I think it's not a good idea, you know. ね、ともりちゃんも言っていて、言ってて、she doesn't complete the sentence. She just wants to just end here. Okay, she said that too.
ともりちゃん、どうして
？Soyo-chan still wants to know. ともりちゃん、どうして？ね、ともりちゃん、why is that?
今言ったじゃん。
Oh, she's kind of getting desperate. She wants to push it through. So, 今言ったじゃん。I just told you, right?
ともり、なんで？
Oh, of course. You know, Taki-chan's concerned about that. So, Tomori, なんで? Like, Tomori, why is that? Why are you saying this?
だから、ともりちゃんは。
So she's trying to kind of, you know, speak on behalf of Tomori again. So, だから、ともりちゃんは. And then she's kind of stops here. I think it's because Tomori's gonna say it. So here she's saying だから. Normally だから means like so, but in this case it's a bit different. She's kind of saying like I said, like it just said. You know, she's kind of putting more emphasis on I just told you, and like I said, you know, she doesn't want to, you know, play a show. You know? So this is the second meaning.
終わっちゃうから。
So, Tomori again only says this and without, you know, other phrases or words. She just says, 終わっちゃうから. She doesn't feel little gaps here and there. She's not Anon-chan. Anon-chan just like she'll clarify, you know. She'll say what it is, but Tomori just says 終わっちゃうから. She was quiet before, and then she just like kind of says this because she couldn't say it better. She'll rephrase it later, but she just says 終わっちゃうから. Okay, so 終わる. Something が終わる. Something ends, finishes. So 終わってしまう, てしまう. And changed to 終わっちゃう. It's very casual. In this case, てしまう. It's like, you know, it's for something that's unfortunate. Something that you might regret. Okay, てしまう has many different meanings, but in this case, you know, unfortunately, this might happen. You know, sadly, this might happen, kind of thing. So, so she says, 終わっちゃう. Okay, 終わっちゃうから. Okay, so she's saying like, it will be over. Talking about the band will be no more. The band will be over. The band will end after the show, because in a previous meeting, maybe the initial meeting, was it like she kind of agreed that she will play, she will perform, she will sing at least until the first show, and even though she wanted the band to last forever, 一生バンドやりたい。But, you know, they wanted to set a short-term goal, saying, at least until the first show. But Tomori thinks that after playing the first show, it will be over. There will be no more band. So that's why she doesn't want to play. So that's why she says, 終わっちゃうから。ラ
イブしたらバンド終わっちゃ
う。So, Tomori, again, like trying to kind of compose herself, trying to kind of speak up, but of course, you know, for something like this, she can't really, you know, say a lot. But so, ね、ライブしたら、of course it's ライブしたら, but she wants to take time. She wanted to kind of like think about what to say. So that's why she doesn't say ライブしたら. You know, if it's Anon-chan, she would just say ライブしたらバンド終わっちゃう. You know, she would just like say it like straightforward. But Tomori wants to take time. She's struggling to speak. She's feeling too emotional and she's trying to cope. So that's why she's like, ライブしたらバンド終わっちゃう. So she's taking her time to, you know, say these things. Okay? So, ね、ライブ, of course, ライブをしたら、ね、if we play the show, たら、conditional, バンド終わっちゃう. Of course, バンドが、ね、something が終わる。ね、バンドが is dropped, 終わっちゃう、終わってしまう。ね、the band will be over. ね、it's okay. It was just a short-term goal, and you know, it doesn't mean they will, you know, end the band yet. So, but Tomori thinks that it has to last forever. So Tomori, it was like, you know, all or nothing kind of thing. So, so Tomori is still traumatized because of Cry Chic. You know, she wanted to stay with everyone. She wanted to play music with everyone, but she's still thinking about it. She's still feeling sad about it. So, of course, Soyo-chan, Taki-chan, understand that, and they are like, you know, surprised too.
終わっちゃうって前のバンドみたいにってこと?
So here, Anon-chan wasn't in Cry Chic. So, like, she's kind of feeling a bit strange. You know, earlier, Soyo-chan and Taki-chan were both in the same band as Tomori, and they kind of understand what happened to the band, you know, Cry Chic. But Anon-chan's like not really getting, you know, the whole picture yet. So that's why she says, 終わっちゃうって前のバンドみたいにってこと? So she's just trying to kind of understand the whole situation. Like, like, what? 終わっちゃうって she's just quoting a little bit of what Tomori said. So 終わっちゃうって前のバンドみたいにってこと? ね、前のバンド of course talking about Cry Chic. 前のバンドみたい、ね、like 前のバンド、ね、your previous band、に前のバンドみたいに終わっちゃうってこと? That's what she's trying to say. But since, again, you know, in a conversation like this, it was just kind of flowing. Like, you know, like it wasn't scripted. I mean, it is scripted here. But, you know, Anon-chan just kind of, like, you know, didn't have any idea, like, why Tomori, you know, was struggling with the fact that, oh, they might just split up, you know, after, you know, playing the first show. So, 終わっちゃうって前のバンドみたいにってこと? So it's kind of a little bit, reversed, in terms of phrasing, but it's just because she's just speaking naturally. Like your previous band, てこと? てこと? Something something. てこと? Like you mean this? By saying like 終わっちゃう you mean 前のバンドみたいにってこと? Like you mean like your old band? Old band splitting up? Old band, ending? Like you mean that? You mean something like that? She didn't want to remember that.
ともりちゃん、ちゃんと言ってくれてありがとう。やっぱり不安だよね。
Aww. So here comes Soyo-chan trying to balance everything, for the band. Yep. Anon-chan was trying to kind of push herself and push everything through. But here comes Soyo-chan trying to kind of understand, what Tomori is going through, and trying to kind of, discuss and, figure it out. So, so let's see. Tomori ちゃん、ちゃんと言ってくれてありがとう。やっぱり不安だよね。ともりちゃん、ちゃんと言ってくれて、てくれてありがとう。Thank you for, speaking up properly, saying this properly. 言ってくれてありがとう。gifting verb. てくれる。Thank you for doing this. So like thank you for speaking up, thank you for clarifying your thoughts. やっぱり不安だよね。Again, another やっぱり here. Let's see, we had やっぱり so many times. So let's see, which やっぱり is it? やっぱり不安ね、不安ね、worried and anxious in this case. So.And it can be a noun too. But やっぱり不安. So which one suits better? Definitely not one. But two fits better in this case. As I thought, as I expect. Other ones, three doesn't really work. This doesn't work. It doesn't have any emphasis. Number 5 doesn't work, but it's more like number 2. Sometimes, some of the meanings overlap depending on what it is about. But this is like, as I thought or as I can expect is also fine. Oh, as you can expect, as I can expect is fine too. やっぱり不安だよね。So she's just basically saying like, I do understand that you're anxious. That's a nuance here. やっぱり adding more emphasis, saying that I do understand your concern. 不安だよね right?
でもね、今度はみんなで話し合うから大丈夫だよ。だからね、ライブやってみよう。
Soyo-chan is very soft-spoken, mostly. Wait and see though. At the moment, she's very soft. She wants to be kind and nice and gentle to everyone. But, well, wait and see. So, でもね、like, but, 今度はみんなで話し合うから大丈夫だよ。だから、ね、ライブやってみよう。ね、今度は、ね、like, we had this before, ね、this time, next time. In this case, 今度は、she's referring to like this time around, so like not next time. Okay, so this one, again, depending on the context, it decides the meaning. So okay, みんなで話し合う。Okay, 話し合う again, like to discuss, talk about something, have a meeting and discuss. 話し合う。ね、話し合うからね、everyone will Yeah, discuss so 大丈夫だよ It's gonna be okay ね You don't have to struggle with this We'll talk We'll figure it out So don't worry about it だからね So this だから just means so which is different from the earlier だから where did it go oh yeah she was kind of telling other here we go so so this Soyo-chan's だからねだからね she's just saying so alright then like let's let's try playing a show okay we'll be fine this だから so okay but earlier だから when Anon-chan was like だから I said this and like I said I already told you about this so just seeing だから on its own it's not gonna tell you which meaning it is but understanding the flow and the context will tell you which one it means this だから is so but earlier だから when Anon-chan was kind of getting frustrated like why don't you understand this だから like I said Tomori-chan saying this trying to convince everyone so let's see and ね like right okay ライブやってみようね again we have 手見るね verb 手 form plus 見るね try doing something giving something a go okay 見る見よう volitional okay volitional of 手見るねライブやってみよう let's try it let's try playing the show let's go for it oh still not sure Taki-chan is trying to protect Tomori whatever happens so right now Taki-chan really doesn't know what to say okay of course she wants to convince Tomori but it's such a sensitive topic that Taki-chan doesn't want to hurt Tomori's feelings she doesn't want to Taki-chan doesn't want to lose Tomori and so she doesn't want to kind of push her to do what she doesn't want to do so she's kind of frustrated and she doesn't really know what to do or what to say oh here we go what the these two this is for the next episode はいめっちゃ喉乾いたちょっと待ってお茶おいしい緑茶が大好きはい今日もね終わったよIt's so hot that I have to turn the AC on もうエアコンがガーってうるさいんだけどしょうがないね I can't help it anyway so there's that let me just have a quick look at the chat before I disappear into the land of gaming I want to play more games actually maybe I shouldn't say this but I've already spent over 70 hours on Fantasy Life I oh my god the game is so addictive it's so good so much fun and it's amazing for like stress release and like when I feel tired don't want to do anything else I just play the game and I can forget about everything I feel better so it's for my mental health already spent 70 hours 70時間以上やっちゃった70時間だよ長いでしょyeah the game has so much content もうやばいね止まんないI can't stop it well let me just say hello Where was I? ちょっと待ってね。might not be able to check everything, but let me see. Oh, Fish is learning the electric guitar. What kind of guitar? I mean, electric guitar do you have? What brand? Fender, maybe? I don't know. My electric guitar. What do I have? I have a lot of things. Ibanez. And some other things. Anyway, so let's see. Falcons. Yeah, if I go to conventions, it has to be free. You know, through my contacts, I get free things. So that's how I go about. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to pay so much money to get into like a super busy place, you know? I said it. Anyway. Oh, Fish likes any style of song. J-rock, like bocce. Excellent, excellent. Nice one. Good taste, good taste. My hand tracking is good. I do everything about my 3D model. I modeled, I designed, I did all the rigging, keep adjusting things. But I think I want to kind of upgrade a little bit more soon. When I get more time. Matcha parfait. Matcha parfait. Who else is here? Let's see. Delta, you're here. And Soy, you're here. Good. Who else? Meroy talking to Delta and Soy. Nice. Radio Happy, you're here. Christopher's favorite Noraneko is Rana-chan. And Sihui or Chihui maybe. Ohayo, hi, ohayo. Cookie-chan. Cookie-chan. Right. Cute. Let me see. You haven't heard it before? Let's see. Nyamuchi has a channel. You're right, Christopher. Yes. T Scott, you're here. Otani-san is Taenyan Zoshi. I mean, everyone loves Otani-san. You know, he's such a cool person too. Let me see. Cunning stunts. When I went to Hokkaido for Sapporo Yukimatsuri, right? Oh, they had Otani-san's sculpture. Oh, that is really cool. I want to steal it. Oops. I will get arrested. Oh dear. On a Wednesday? Yeah. Cool down. Well, at least you're here. Let me see. Where was I now? Let's see. Notifications, YouTube notifications. I don't know what's happening. I can't control it. I can't control these things. Yeah, I do have Saturday streams, but every now and then I, kind of throw Wednesday streams. When I'm ready. When I'm not too tired and when I've got the time to do it. Yeah, it's unpredictable. Chocobo, cool down says こんにちはみんなこんにちは。はい、こんにちは。ね、早かったね。 YouTube 君はね、well, I can't fix it. I can't fix how YouTube works. So, Hatter says, Anon looks so smug. Yeah, I know. I love her smug look. Like, it's so cute. The trio is polar opposites. 初めての方もね、こんにちは。はい、こんにちは。矢野さんかな。はい、ありがとうね。デルタ、お茶が好き？同じ。一緒じゃん。ねえ、お茶美味しいよね。Invisible sword? I have an invisible cup, yeah. 空気。見えないコップ。Invisible cup. Yeah, this is how I drink tea. 美味しいよ。いや。Mostly お疲れ様ありがとうねチョコボねはい、Paul says getting cooked am I getting cooked yeah enjoy you for お疲れ様でしたありがとうねand Cunning-sans, thank you for the stream. You're welcome. And congrats on the 6K. ありがとうね。私も嬉しい。ね。6,000 subs. I hit it like, was it last week? 先週だったっけI'll keep going. Yeah. Falcon says, Sense is addicted. It is a really good game. Yeah, Fantasy Life the gameplay I finally got used to it. In the beginning I was terrible, but now like I know like how those mini games work more or less. Sometimes I mess up, but it's such a good game. I love it. I'm gonna stream again soon. 何のゲームしたい？いや、ファンタジーライフアイ。すごい面白いね、ファンタジーライフアイ。あとね、ルーンファクトリーね、ルーンファクトリー、の竜の国ね、もうすごく面白い。あと、今ね、新しいペルソナ5のね、新しいモバイルゲームがThey just released a new mobile game, Persona 5 Phantom X. I am streaming that soon. クマ、今日もありがとう師匠。ありがとうね。ありがとう。Aiki says thank you for the stream. You're welcome. And let me see. Shifuru, okay, I started playing Fantasy Life I as well in Nihongo after watching one of Sense's videos. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Did I get you addicted? Shifuru. I'm sorry. It's so good. You can't stop it. It's such a good game. Level wise, let me see. Like vocab wise, okay, of course, it's an RPG, cozy RPG. So of course, every now and then, some vocab is challenging. But if you're just talking to people, doing side quests, vocab wise is really easy. Has a lot of course, it has furigana on top too, and you kind of get used to the gameplay anyway, so you don't need to understand everything. The story is awesome. I'm almost at the end. It's such a good game. I highly recommend it. Okay, and yeah, I know it is very addictive. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, let me see. I did this. Yeah, I did everything. I did all the 3D modeling by myself. Yeah, everything. Yeah, bones and things. I need to control how the hair moves and things like that, one by one. And I'm gonna upgrade pretty soon. I might just like make my model a little bit more like cell shaded, a little bit more. So more anime look, possibly. Okay. Anyway, Kazo, just in time for my drive to finish. Oh, you're working? お疲れ。ね、Thank you ね。いつもね。Cool down says ありがとう。はい、ありがとう。ね、Falcons, thank you for the stream as always. You're welcome. You guys are too nice. Meroy, thank you for the stream. お疲れ様でした。ありがとうね。うん。Cool down、外の気温34度で、暑っ。エアコンが壊れちゃった？マジ？ Oh no, Cool down's AC is out of order. Doesn't work anymore. Oh my gosh, I hope you can get something, you know, just like kind of like, you know, temporary, you know, like a personal AC or something. They have like kind of little ones, right? Anyway, so I've got to go. ありがとうね。Thank you so much for your time. I loved, well, you know, teaching and goofing around as usual, and I'll see you at the weekend or maybe next week depending on how much time you have. Okay, so I've got to go. じゃあまたね。ありがとう。バイバイバイバイバイバイバイバイ。ごきげんよう。またね。ではまたありがとうね。メロイまたね。チョコボまたね。行くよ。はい。おしまい。